Hi everyone, I just wanted to say that this is the first in-person interview I've done for this channel and this podcast, so I hope you really enjoy, and any technical difficulties or whatever, we will sort it out for next in-person podcast, whenever that may be. Okay, thank you, enjoy. Hello everyone, welcome to the 6th episode of Reach the Peak podcast. I'm Quenn Lovatt, also known as BashaNo, and today I'm joined by the ASM coordinator this year, Noops.
Hello.
Hello.
I have the office with my name on it.
Yeah.
Lucky me.
Lucky you. So, yeah, I guess we'll just start with, who are you, where are you from, and what's your role at ASM this year?
Cruisy. So my name is Noops. I'm from Adelaide, South Australia. I have been around speedrunning since genuinely 2011. And I was involved with AvCon for a long time. At AvCon, there one year, happened to be a bunch of nerds sitting around in a corner playing games quickly. And I was like, hey, that's the thing I like to do as well. And then I followed ASM for a little while. And then in 2019, I did the Bushfire Marathon, just a little online fella. Didn't have a webcam then. Played a game called Bird Gut, which is fun. Really cool, free platformer made by one person, Michael Bursier.
Oh, yes, I know Bird Gut.
It's based as hell. I love that game.
It's a very good game.
Yeah, so did that, and then just sort of my inherent nature to want to help and be useful took over, and I just started doing more and more stuff. And then when the previous coordinator stepped away from their position, I got asked to take over, and I went, okay. I didn't think about it for 48 hours, but yeah. Eventually I went, no, there are enough people here to help me succeed, even though I'm not the most technically minded person, that we can probably do it. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So, yeah, what's coordinating been this year so far? Busy or?
I'm weirdly calm. I've been waiting for more fires to put out, but the most that's happened so far is a proofreading error in the booklets. Yeah. And that's entirely my fault 2 months ago. So for the most part, we've had a bit of extra time. I know we had a bit of extra time yesterday where Ricky ran Dragon Ball Z Budokai, which is a really cool run. That was fun to watch. And then we also had a bit of extra time this morning, so Sten ran Inner 6. Okay. But it's just been we're running roughly on schedule. No major problems have happened. My run went off pretty well smoothly, 2 minutes underestimate, even though my controller kept disconnecting. It's just, yeah, we're sort of chilling. I'm sort of waiting for the other shoe to drop, but we're tracking
so far
nicely.
It's been, so far it's been pretty cruisy.
Yeah.
Okay. So you talked about, seeing those people doing speedrunning and stuff. How did you first get into speedrunning?
So when I was 11 years old, the 3DS came out, which dates me. But when I was 11 years old, the 3DS came out, and with it came Ocarina of Time 3D. I was playing through Ocarina of Time 3D, and I got stuck on the Forest Temple. And I was like, how the hell do you get through the Forest Temple? Because remember, I was 11.
Yeah.
Playing through it. I'm like, this kind of sucks. What am I doing wrong? I don't really understand it. I looked up on YouTube just Ocarina of Time tutorial or something. And I found this fella that was sort of skiing looking, and they're like, yeah, this is the Chinese version of the game. And then they played it, and they beat it, the whole thing, in an hour. And I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. And, I was like, that's really cool. I want to learn how to do that. I tried doing some of the things. Some of the things that happen in the N64 game got patched in the 3DS game. So I was trying these tricks, and I'm like, I can't work it out. And it's speedrunning in the over 10 years I've been involved now has progressed a lot more accessible tools, where it used to literally be SDA, where it was an embed video, not even a YouTube video, an embed video, and then there's a text document of this is how you do the trick. Yeah, that's what it was. And
some of the old AVP classic runs of that. It's just like text, and then it's like, here's the demo file. It's like, great. Also,
the
awesome.
old demo files of like Doom and Quake was so cool. Hey. So like that's the sort of era that I started in, and then, you know, the more that I was like trying stuff out, I was like, I don't know, and then it took really until South Park Stick of Truth came out when I was 15, 16, where I was like, this game I reckon I could play quickly. And then I started doing runs, and I was like, this is really cool. And that's when ASM started happening, so I started watching that. I was always like in the background. Like, there's footage of me in the crowds, just like looking real skinny and teenagerish, being like, "Oh, don't look at me, I'm scared." But you know, I sort of kept to myself because I was like, I don't know if that's really what I want to like do. Like, you know, I spent a lot of time playing water polo growing up, and I was like, this is my whole life. I'm gonna do that the whole time. And then I suddenly was no longer doing that. And I was really hesitant to like jump feet first into something else I really loved. So, you know, there were a couple of years of ASMs where I could have been more heavily involved than I was, which, like, you know, I'm not sad that I wasn't, but it would have been cool as well, you know?
Yeah. It would have been cool to get that experience earlier,
But, you know, ruining things that didn't happen is almost as bad as regretting things that did. Like, you know, you can only do what is in front of you, and, you know, if it turns out to be not the best decision or not the best time, you learn from it and move on. You know, just sort of, it is what it is. I sort of forgot what your question was. I think I answered it. I was basically, Ocarina of Time and then Stick of Truth.
How you got into speedrunning. So, some classics. And I guess, like, from there, like, how did you find ASM? Did you just, like, look?
Literally, so I was going to AvCon from, like, 2011, 2012. Okay. So I was a real little kid, and, you know, I'd always wanted to volunteer at it because I saw all these people running around these bright red t-shirts just, like, doing stuff, and I was like, that's super cool. I want to volunteer for AvCon. But because of where AvCon is in the year, Comic-Con was actually the first convention I could volunteer for when I was old enough. So I first volunteered at Comic-Con and I volunteered at AvCon afterwards. And I was just like running around in the events team, and I saw like this mature gaming area, and I was not 15 at the time. I still snuck my head in. There were these people like playing games with like monitors and a timer, and I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. And yeah, it's like people hanging out. I remember very vividly, actually, 2015, 2016, around that time. There was a string of donations that came through towards the end of the marathon where it was like, it was someone's mum, and they're like, oh, good luck, sweetie, you do super well on the run. I've got some chicken tenders in the oven for you. Like 30 minutes later, they went, hey baby, your chicken tenders are pretty crispy, you might want to finish your run soon. And right towards the end of the run, I went, runner's name, full stop. Your chicken tenders are burnt. Come downstairs now.
Yeah. It's like he had a time incentive. He's like,
it was hilarious. Yeah.
He's like, no, I need to get my snack.
That was the Beyond Blue days. That was like very early ASM. That was like, you know, the marathon totals were like $5,000.
Oh yeah.
In those days, and the idea that we would raise 5 figures was insane. Like just ever insane. You know, it's been such a privilege to watch the event grow as like, you know, an external just hangout-er, and then getting closer and closer to actually taking charge of it. And then being in charge of it, and we raised like $13,000 in one day. Insanity. Absolute insanity.
Yesterday was pretty wild to watch.
Yeah. You know, we're very, very lucky to be in the position that we are. We've grown very nicely, and now it's just a matter of pushing forward and developing the foundations underneath us so that if we do continue to expand and grow, we can do so safely and productively. Yeah, it's very exciting stuff.
Yeah, cool. I guess in the past, like, how has your experience been, like, watching it grow, like, over the years? Like,
very weird.
Pretty cool and weird.
Very weird. I don't know. When it comes to stuff that's online, I'm sort of a bit of a hipster about it. I'm like, if it's over a certain size, I hate it. don't want to watch it anymore. Like if a YouTuber gets too many subs and they start like, playing like, oh my god, my audience is so big now, I stop watching. I just can't do it. I need that like lo-fi aesthetic.
You need the like community feeling. Yeah.
And ASM's been able to grow and raise more and more money while still keeping that sort of feel. And other marathons have gone in different directions, and that's awesome to see. Like there's a lot of social good being done just by a bunch of nerds getting together and playing games. Like that's so fucking awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
But the fact that ASM has been able to keep its soul while still expanding the way that it has been really, really cool to see.
Yeah.
I keep talking and then forgetting what your question was, but
just talking about like how's it going. Like,
it's going well. Like it's really, really cool to see it grow.
I do know there's been a big rise in like speedrunning YouTube as well, with like people like Summoning Soul and like Easy Speezy and stuff kind of blowing up a bit. And I think, does that have any impact on like the wider community, do you think?
I remember like 6-7 years ago, I think it was EasyScape was like, you need to start a YouTube, like a speedrunning YouTube channel now, and you might make it. And there are a whole bunch of channels that popped out of that.
Yeah.
And of those, there are a lot of people who are very intent on different areas of speedrunning that perhaps were not as well platformed as before. So for a long time, if you were the sort of person that would find stuff in games, you were confined to one little portion of the game's forum or Discord or wiki, and that was it. Like you would just mess around with it, be like, yep, cool, I made this, done. And then someone else would take it and it would end up in a marathon run somewhere, and people would learn from the marathon run, not you.
Yeah.
It happens. I'm not
modern runners like the youth like me come in, they watch the top runners like, I'm just gonna use all those
just do that.
And it's like we don't have to find anything, but we still try,
like people like that have now been able to just sort of go like, I just play around with stuff, and sometimes cool things happen.
Sometimes I feel bad when I like doing runs. I'm like, man, I didn't make any of these skips. I'm just going.
So my mate Waffles found an alternate setup for a wall clip in Barrel at Sea, and I love him to pieces. He called it the Waffles Head Hop. I feel like if you name it after yourself immediately, it's not going to stick. Because I reckon within a week it was just called the Head Hop and then the Hop.
You gotta just stick with like a generic name.
And then it just like, it's not as fast as the normal setup, and the normal setup's become more consistent as computers have gotten better, so it just doesn't happen anymore. On consoles it's still helpful, but you used to just be like, this is my trick with my name in it, or you'd like name it something really stupid so that people would be like, oh, why is it called that? Oh, because this guy found it, he called it this. And now it's like just sort of, this dude found it, here's the trick, the tutorial.
I feel like if you name it after yourself, people will be like, well, it's in the game, like anyone can do the trick. It's like, it's not like it's only on your version of the game. Like I don't know.
It's like I've spent a lot of time in outdoor education. People in outdoor education and speedrunning are very, very similar people, where they are obsessed with their like legacy. This idea of like, what do I leave behind for the people that come after me? It's just like, just do your thing. Who cares?
Just have fun.
If you do something cool and people remember it on merit, that is worth so much more than injecting your name into something.
That's totally fair and everything. I guess just being here has been really nice, and I've noticed everyone's very nice. What's your like thoughts on the Oz community as a whole?
The Oz community is fantastic. Bunch of shit posters. But, there are people like speedrunning is an inherently.
Is that not just Australians?
Speedrunning is an inherently niche hobby, right? So the community is already small, and it's like it is a niche of a niche of a niche, pretty much. Like there's lots of people who are going to be able to come to a marathon, submit a game, do it in front of people, and like hang out with people as well. It's a very, very small amount of people. The fact that Australia and New Zealand, like Oceania and their surrounds, just doesn't have that many people just physically kicking around.
In the NZ Discord, I think there's like 15 people. There's like no one there. It's the speedrunners. It's like so it's a very niche community.
I think the South Australian speedrun Discord is like maybe 30 people. like there's lots of people outside of that, but it's bringing them into this sort of a fold and being like, hey,
Yeah,
you can just come do a speed run. Like it's base.
Yeah.
And
you don't
even
have
if
to
you're
play,
not running,
watch.
you can
hang
out in the practice room. Someone will teach you their game. They're like, hey, do you want to learn like Sly any percent? Brilliant. Sit down.
Yeah.
And then just do it. It's so cool. Like we were at AvCon last weekend. Not last weekend, now the weekend before.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago.
Where we had our own little setup station, and I literally spent the whole time teaching people how to play Smile for Me, which is one of my favorite speed games of all time. It's made by two people called Limbo Lane, and it's literally just the speedrun is nod your head, shake your head, nod your head again, give someone a painting, jump out a window. That's it. It's so good. You can beat it in 50 seconds if you're good.
Yeah, There's like real
so
quick,
much
just
fun.
Quick speed games. So it's like it's like the I can't remember what Age of Empires is, but it's like the one frame, and that's it. He like loads the game for one frame and exits. Like I did it. It's like what?
Yeah, I like there's those like really really short ones where it's like Cluedo where you just guess.
Yeah. They just like pick the same square like 4 times in a row. I was like, please be right.
This one works. Happy days.
Yeah. It's just spamming the 4 squares. Like I just hope we just get lucky.
Yeah, I mean, like this is the thing you find with speedrunners, right? They'll all have their like perfect speedrun game.
Yeah.
And it'll be different for everyone. Like
of course, yeah.
I would imagine that Layla would have said like, oh, Celeste is the best because like tight tricks and all this stuff. The developers love it. The developers of Smile for Me know about the trick. They think it's funny, and they respond to my emails. Therefore, they're the best people ever.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the perfect speedrun game because it's accessible enough that if you know how to use mouse and keyboard, you can do it, and it takes 5 minutes to learn, and you can grind it really easily. It's really really cool.
Yeah. See, my favorite speed game of all time would probably be Super Meat Boy.
Yeah, Super Meat Boy's fun
because that's what I grew up doing. That's what my first ever speed game was.
Yeah. I remember buying Super Meat Boy for $5 at an AvCon once. And it was just like a deluxe edition where I got an extra large t-shirt and I was a skinny kid. Yeah. So this thing hung off me like a moo-moo. And I was like, yeah, I got Super Meat Boy for $5 at AvCon. And then my dad used it as an oil rag because he thought it was just like a random piece of cloth.
He's like, no one's going to wear this. Yeah. I'm just going to like...
Yeah, so now it's an oil rag. But no, that was like, I got the DVD for the PC and played that. It was great.
Yeah. It's a great game. If you play on the original version, it's janky as shit.
Though. Oh, yeah.
Like, you're just playing, it's like, how does this game work? Like, it's a miracle it turns on. But, yeah. It's a classic. It's what I started speedrunning, and I was in the same buzz here. I beat the game, and I was like, I wonder if there's, like, professional players at this. And I looked up, I'm like, professional Super Meat Boy, which seems kind of silly in my head now. I'm like, it's like, no one. And then I found, I'm like, what's this? I watched Vorpal's 80% world record at the time. I was just like, oh my god. Like, I was just watching, I'm like, I don't know you could do half of this. Like,
I mean, that's the thing with speedrunning. Like, it's the greatest act of love for a game that you like. You know? Often a speedrun, unless you're picking it up specifically to speedrun it, like Survival Way, unless you're like doing that, it's often a game that you've like played the absolute skin off of, and you
just want to see what's else there is for it. And it was like I'd finished everything. I was like, oh, I just wonder like how good people can get at it. I looked at it, I'm like, it was just like a whole new like door open. I'm like, oh,
it's unreal.
Like this is insane. I didn't know like that you could do half the skips they were doing. And I was like, I don't even know how you do half skips they were doing. I saw auto jump for the first time.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, why is he poor? Whoa, what the fuck? He's just off. I was like, how does that work? And I went to my game. It wasn't on the original version. I couldn't do it because they patched it. Yeah. I'm like, I can't do this one. I don't know what they're doing.
So my favorite speedrunning trick of all time is in Tomb Raider: Angel of Darkness. If you're using specifically an AMD video card, because of the way that they're set up, I don't know. You can save load and you'll keep your momentum through the save loads. So you do that to like push yourself through doors and stuff. But in the final boss fight, in the final arena, the way it's supposed to go is you beat the boss and then this whole thing like starts falling down. You start swimming. You can't get to the end. And you get to the hole in the top where you can get out and breathe. that end of game trigger is there at all times. So literally the final boss fight is you walk to the middle of the arena, jump, quick save, quick load, quick save, quick load, quick save, quick load, and you just go into the end of game trigger is so good.
Yeah. I think you mentioned that a few days ago. Talking about it. Yeah. It's stuff like that. It's like, I don't know how anyone ever finds that in the first place, and then it's just like, oh, okay.
Well, this sort of happens. Like, you know, I specifically really like holding space for people to learn how to do stuff and teaching people how to do stuff. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
So when I played a lot of BioShock Infinite Burial at Sea, which is my other favorite speed game.
BioShock is a
BioShock Infinite is so good. Game. I love the BioShock series. It's so good. Yeah. If you're interested in that, watch the rage run from last night. I yapped Blake's ear off about BioShock for an hour and a half, and then I went for a lie down so I could do Stick and Tree.
I mean, BioShock, Halo, AVP, like those are the games I grew up playing anyway. So I was like watching the Halo run. I'm like, this game is very similar to AVP. I was watching. I'm like, actually, now I think about it, these are the same game basically. It's just different universes.
Yeah, FPS speedruns are genuinely some of my favorite stuff because you're like, you don't have all those weird, well, you sometimes do, but you have like all these weird model collision gear that you can't see your model.
Yeah.
So you have to like sort of work out roughly how big you are and then jam yourself into place.
That's the thing. There's some precise skips you also in the AVP run where like it's based on like your model hitbox, but you don't know where your model is. Yeah. So you're kind of frantically spinning the camera in hopes that it clips it, and you're like, please work, because you just can't see like where you are in relation to like the environment. Yeah. So it's just very precise inputs where it's like, I hope this works. If it doesn't, I'll just it'll take a few attempts. But it's always good.
But so what I was saying was like I made the tutorial for Burial at Sea with incorrect lore, mind you. I played the BioShock games casually when they came out. Maybe a bit later because BioShock 1 was a bit old for me when it came out. That again dates me. But I played them casually, loved them on PS3. And then on PC, you know, I'm literally just playing them to speedrun them. So I haven't meaningfully engaged with the storyline of BioShock.
You put out the stuff and all the lore nerds were like,
I was like, well, not even. No one watched it. It was great. I looked at my analytics and it literally went, hey, this is the lore in case you want to explain it during a speedrun marathon. And like the watch time is like boom, and then straight back to the skips and straight through. So no one watched the lore area, and I was like, well, it's wrong anyway. I might cut it out.
It's like it doesn't matter.
Like all the skips in there are pretty well straightforward. There's a bit of like routing that's changed since I made the tutorial, but it's not worth making.
The other classic thing is like, you say one bit of lore, like you get everything right, but you say the one thing wrong, and then everyone's like, actually,
that's
hold on. It's like, okay, I got one thing like slightly incorrect. My bad.
But as part of that video, I went through on a bunch of different FPSs because the consoles will run on 30 FPS except for PS4 Pro that runs on 60ish. And PS5 will do the same. I haven't tested on PS5. I don't know one.
The latest console I think I played was the Xbox 360.
Nice.
And then I haven't played.
That's an Xbox 360 in that bag. I just bought one for this event.
I had my old one. It just has never died. I'm like, I'll just keep it.
My old Xbox died.
I had the Gen 1 that just hasn't quit yet. So I was like, it's just kind of it had one of the like red parts for like maybe a week, and then it went away again. And I was like, I was like watching. I'm like, I'm like, oh no. And then it's like I turn it on the next week. I'm like, oh, it's fine. Okay, it's not dead yet, but.
I don't know. Because I want to run Saw. I think that would be a fun speedrun. Because the game sucks. It's genuinely terrible. But it's fun. You couldn't do Saw 2 because one of the flashlight options is a flash camera. And so it's just every few seconds like...
you just give
someone an epilepsy. Anyway, point being, I went through on every like different FPS. And as I was doing this process, I was doing runs in between just like keep myself fresh. And I ended up somehow skipping the first like cutscene of the game. No one's ever been able to work out.
How to you just skip it. You're like, how the fuck did I do that?
I was literally just like grinding runs, and then it just happened one day. I was like, what the hell?
It's like what? Okay, I suppose. I mean, there's a few skips like that in games that I've played where like people have been like, I did the skip. They're like, oh hell, he's like. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's like I can't do it again.
Yeah, like finding that like qualitative data of like this is why this trick works in such a way is really valuable to speedrunning stuff, and that's what I enjoyed doing.
I did that once actually.
Yeah.
There's a generator that you have to like pull an AVP, and you usually get knocked over when you run. I like pulled it and like I ran. I got hit, but I didn't fall over. I was like, how did I do that? I'm like thinking like, what? I just didn't get the animation. Okay.
That's the thing. Like,
I'm never gonna hit that again. But
people like ask these questions. Oh, how do you find this stuff? How do you know how this works? And it's like, we're nerds with a lot of free time. Like, it just sort of happens.
It's just It's like people's like, how do you find it? It's like, I got bored.
Yeah.
So I started just dicking around and it worked.
I was avoiding writing an essay, so I made an hour-long YouTube video on how to play in half an hour-long game.
Yeah. It's like, how did you find the skip? It's like, I looked like I could go through the tiny crack, and I was like, maybe.
Are you of the generation where there were run documents? Like a full-on, like,
Google Doc. Yeah.
Like, this is how the run works.
Yes, I
physically printed out to do the run.
I would see that. You did used to have that.
That's old gear for Stick of Truth. I remember learning the run, and it just said at one point, do elf skip.
I used to go on the...
God knows what that is.
I used to go on the forums and, like, print out the sheet and, like, research everything on the sheet. Be like, what is the skip? And, like, learn the skips one by one. Yeah, I definitely do remember doing that for some early games. I was like, mainly with Super Meat Boy, I just printed out the sheet. I'm like, so what the hell is controller to keyboard mapper? What is double jumping? Like, what's auto jump? I just had to like go through and look up everything. And back like the tutorials were kind of like they were there, but you'd watch a tutorial and it was like the worst explanation you've ever seen. It's like, okay, well,
I just do this. Like, one of my favorite things about like Burial at Sea is there's a guy called Kyle who did one run 7 or 8 years ago, but he recorded it on his PS3. Like, he put his camera up to his PS3 and recorded that. And that's how we know how to do gate skip. Because he recorded himself doing it on PS3, and it's the most base thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Those runs where it's like, you see the TV and the phone's just like down there, like filming it. It's like,
It's so good. It's
nice.
So good. What a legend.
Yeah.
I hope he's doing well. I reckon he was like 14 when he did those runs, so he'd be like 21 now.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. I guess... That's all cool. That's like history. Where do you see like speedrunning taking off in the next few years or so? Like,
speedrunning continues to have a longer tail than I thought it would. I keep waiting for the day that it's just like 10 people in a room. Like, I don't know if it's got legs anymore. But we've been fortunate enough to just keep kicking goals over and over and over again. I am conservative in risk taking. Behavior, so I don't like being like, we're gonna make $1 million. Like we had one really good day this week.
We have to be realistic.
Being circumspect. We lose momentum as time goes on, and then it picks right up at the end. So I don't know how much we're going to raise this week. I don't know like how good it's gonna go, but I see that we've sold more tickets than we ever have already. And it's day 2.
Yeah.
I see that we have a practice room that is bumping at all times.
Oh yeah, like, so busy. I got over Simulator. I was like, whoa, there's like so much going on.
There was 5 minutes last night where I got to sneak in and make my safety save for my run today because it was just packed at all other times.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of people kicking around at the event, going off and doing other stuff, hanging out and just being here.
Yeah.
It is, I think, AusSpeedruns in particular is in a time transition where the people who started everything off are now slowly like going and doing their own thing. Like Softy went and got married last year and he stopped doing the run, the event now, but he's back doing tech stuff. Astrius has a family. There's a few different people who I think are going to be around for a little bit longer, but not for forever. And then there is all these new people sort of sticking around the outside who are maturing into people who are going to be able to do stuff in the future. And so it's how do you prep an organization for changeover like that?
Youngins like me who are wanting to get out there a bit more.
How old are you?
20.
You're not 20.
I'm 20.
Bro. I'm so old right now.
Yeah.
I'm 26, but...
No, don't worry. The amount of people, they're like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 20. They're like, there's no fucking way.
There's
You're
no
20. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not that old.
You can't drink in America, sucks you.
Yeah, I started playing video, like, I think I started speedrunning when I was like 10.
Nice.
And then, like, for Super Meat Boy.
Yeah. Well,
I started playing, like, properly, like, getting into, like, real hard runs and stuff when I was, like, 14.
Yeah. That's the thing. People are starting younger and younger and younger.
Yeah.
You know, for people have always been of the temperament to play a game as quickly as possible and do stuff. It's only in the last 20 years that it's become more organized. Like, this is called a speedrun.
See,
speedrunning has these different, like,
see, if I'm still at school for that was weird, though.
Yeah.
They're like, what? Why are you wasting your time with us? I'm
well,
like, hey.
You asked about, like, YouTube stuff, and I think the term speedrun has become common nomenclature now, which is fantastic, but it also leads to a lot of misuse. It's like how Velcro for a while were like, it's not a Velcro, it's hook and loop fastener.
That's what the technical name for what it is. But Velcro is just a brand that everyone knows.
Don't call every game console a Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because if it becomes like
it's a Nintendo. Yeah, but what type of Nintendo? You know, there's so many different versions.
If it becomes common parlance, you lose copyright over it. So companies like, no, don't call it the brand name. We want you to use the brand, just not the brand name.
Yeah.
Speedrunning's had a bit of that where I remember. Reddit's a cesspool in the best of times. I remember on r/speedrun there was this dude who put a video of their dog eating food and just put a timer on it, and I was like,
"This is not a speedrun.
This is not a speedrun. Like, it's just a video of your dog, bro. Like, come on."
Yeah.
But like,
it's a good shit post.
But because people are so young, like, what previously would have been like an 18, 19-year-old like doing a shit post is now like a genuine, like, earnest posting 12-year-old.
Yeah, going like, "This is my speedrun."
You know,
it's
if
like,
you're a dickhead about it, like, these people get discouraged and they leave. And
yeah. So it's like,
And it's like, you know, when I was first into speedrunning, the big game was Super Mario 64, and it still is a very big game.
Yeah.
But, you know, the world is so much bigger, and there's so many more games.
When I was growing up, the like prestigious runs were the Super Mario Bros. And Mario 64.
Well, it's
like the big like, wow, you are a god if you can like get top 10. Like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying.
Battle for Bikini Bottom went through a real renaissance.
Oh yes.
You know, I foresee in the next like
Swift killed every category.
Yeah, Shift is just like unreal. Like, you know, there are. I reckon in the next 5 or so years, something from the early 2010s will be the premier speed game for a while, while old farts disappear.
Not that
old.
old.
It'll all like sort of filter through.
Which
is really, really cool to see. Like it is in a real like state of metamorphosis at all points. I think it is very important for the people who are in the positions now, like me, to actively lay their foundations and put the ladder down so that people can climb up and take part and do stuff. Yeah,
because I always want more people to get into speedrunning because I think it's such a great like hobby and group and like way to play games that like really pushes you, not just like with your skill but like your patience and like, you know, like how determined you are is like, you know, how much effort it like really tests you in ways where it's like, and I think it's good in that way. And also it's really nice when like you have some friendly competition that like kind of you push each other to be better. Yeah. And you know, that's always like really nice to see in a lot of communities, like for speed games and that. Yeah. Where it's like, you know, you'll have like, and I always like really appreciate how like in a lot of the communities that I've been in personally, the top runners are always very like helpful to the newer runners. Yeah. Like when newer runners come in, they're like, how do I do this and this? The top runners will always be like, yeah, I mean, I'm happy to explain it all and you'll walk you through it.
Like, that's the thing, right? Because it's such an act of love. The top runners often are like...
They just love the game.
They just want to help people. They want to teach people stuff. I know that not every community was like that.
Not every community.
The old Toy Story 2 community, oh boy.
Oh no.
You might want to cut that out or they'll come after you. They'll come after me. It was a
they can't do anything.
Where the Toy Story community was very like maligned. I think they're better now. I hope they're better now. Anyway. It wasn't good. Like the.
I can bleep the game name. Like the old.
The old.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like speedrunning sort of waxes and wanes in its inclusiveness. So like it'll expand, and go, oh, there's a lot of people, let's sort of contract a little bit. And that's sort of the nature of any sort of in-group, right? Like there will always be like an inner core and then people on the outside of that and outside of that and outside of that. Core 8 Gaming has a really good video on that, of like the need for community, and explains like, the sorts of circles and stuff, which is really cool.
Yeah.
The speedrunning as a whole, I think, is trending very positively, but if people are too eager to sort of protect their space, it will become very siloed very quickly, because it's already a very niche hobby, right? This idea of like, oh, I have to be like, this sort of person or these sorts of whatever, doesn't really gel with the fact that we're a bunch of weirdos that like doing
quick. It's like, it's not the most normal hobby.
It's not like, oh, I just like rugby or whatever, and there's 300,000 juniors every single year going for like the professional leagues. There's like 100 of us. And we're expanding. We'll continue to expand, and it'll be getting bigger and bigger. But if you do not actively facilitate people taking part and being around stuff, it can and will die, and it can and will die very, very quickly. And it can be very disheartening to have your efforts get not as much traction as you perhaps hope, but over time, putting in these foundations, they bear fruit eventually.
I do sort of feel that, because as much as I love like the AVP communities, we're a very niche speed game. So like sometimes you put like, oh, I got this record, I did this, and it's like you get like 3 views. And it's like,
but
it's still, okay, but it's still cool for the community, right? But it's like, I do get like the feeling of like being underappreciated sometimes, and like just any scene in general.
I mean, like, if you started a brand new speedrunning event today, you would get maybe 100 views, and you would, if you were doing it as a charity thing, you'd raise maybe $500. But that's still $500 that's going to a charity. It's still 100 people that watch what you're doing, even if it's the friends and family of the runners, right? Like every little bit helps. And a good friend of mine, Toasted Mildly, has a saying that I quite like. He's done runs with ASM before. He says that every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. And so long as you are holding space for people to make those steps, sometimes they take a little while to come around, and that's okay. Sometimes they get it straight away, and that's awesome. If you are open and honest and welcoming, and you hold the space for people, they will grow into it. And that's what I really love about speedrunning. And that's where we're looking at right now. We are pushing forward to a bold new horizon. Yippee!
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 Yippee! But I guess we'll come to a closing force. But like, how would you like to just like say if you would recommend people get into it, and like how, if people are getting into it, like, is there any cool events and stuff you'd recommend like checking out?
Your local gaming convention probably has at least half a dozen people that like speedrunning. If you like speedrunning, submit a speedrunning panel and say, I like speedruns, here are speedruns I like. And if you spend the whole time literally flicking through slides and being like, look, it's Shift doing Battle for Bikini Bottom, look, it's GDQ exists, look, it's ASM exists, whatever. You'll make friends. And once you have friends, then you can be like, let's just do a speedrun thing together. And it just grows like little piecemeal like that. So if you've got a local like gaming convention, go to it, meet people, do stuff, submit panels.
Most people listening will have a better chance of that than I do. I live on a tiny island in the middle of nowhere where there's like maybe one not really gaming convention a year.
But it's still like it's a community thing, right?
It's just funny.
I'm super keen on like getting traditional media involved. Like I'm like you. If you say, hey, we play video games quickly and we raise money for charity,
the news
people will be like, oh my god, that's actually kind of cool. The fact that we're all a bunch of shit-posted nerds in our 20s, different thing.
That doesn't matter.
It's like if you have gaming conventions, go to them. If you have the ability to live stream. If you have the ability to post on YouTube, post on YouTube. Go into Discords, say hi to people. It's literally just like
that was the biggest. I think that was the biggest hurdle for me. Is just saying hi to people online, like getting your name out there.
It's terrifying, isn't it?
It's so scary. You're like going on, and it's like now there's this big hole. Like I could talk to anyone. I could pick anyone to message.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Like,
some people don't have that
yeah.
that reservation there. Like this is my favorite story about the BioShock community. So I'll tell it very quickly. We had a dude come in around 2020, and he every day would be like, "Hey guys, it's me. I'm gonna learn this trick today," and we'd be like, "Great, bud, you do that." Yeah. And the next day, he'd be like, "Hey guys, it's me. I've learned this trick. I'm now gonna learn this trick." I'm like, "Great, bud, you do that. No worries." He did this over the course of months. And he was like giving us daily updates, whether he was playing the game, not playing the game, going to the shops, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's so funny. He streamed an attempt of BioShock 1, couldn't interact at the end of the game, and was like, "Oh, I don't really know what's going on, I can't beat it." And submitted that anyway. He was like, "Can I have this time verified?" And they're like, "You didn't finish the game, buddy."
You didn't finish the game, though.
Yeah, but I tried really hard, and I'm like, that's not the point.
Yeah.
But like, he was just like shouting out in the wind, doing his thing. Like,
Yeah.
bloody go, you dude! I love that.
My only like individual like world levels that I've submitted, none of them are good times. They're all just levels I thought were funny.
Yeah.
I was like, this level. I was like, my colony level. I'm like, this colony sucks. I did everything wrong. Let me just put it up there.
Yeah.
I'm like, so people can laugh at my mistakes and go like, what
Yeah,
was
I think
doing?
my actual posted any percent run of BioShock Infinite, because BioShock Infinite runs any percent Hill Runner's hat. My 80% run is the console route, which I did when I got affiliated on Twitch, and it was the console route because my friend Toasted Mildly runs on console, and that's like my favorite thing I've ever done as a speedrun. Because it's just like a little like sweet,
just like a little.
That's the thing. Yeah. And, you know, it's not going to break a world record. There's no cool.
It doesn't always have to. That's the other thing I would say.
Yeah.
It's always you don't. I feel like there's like this very big like feeling I have to be like a certain It's like it can just be for fun.
Yeah, speedrunning is for everyone, and if you impose arbitrary restrictions on who is and isn't allowed to submit a time or be in your community, you're a dickhead and you can fuck off.
Yeah. I always think like no matter where you are, I respect you for picking up the game. Yeah.
Yeah, classic RE4 did that a couple years ago and got swiftly told.
Like I get annoyed when people like they're like, oh, the last place run's like 2 hours behind everyone else. It's
Who
like,
gives a shit?
It's like, I don't fucking care. They submitted a run.
Yeah.
You submit your own run then.
Oh, it's,
you know,
it's basically a let's play, but they finished the game.
Yeah, they finished the game. It doesn't matter. It's cool. I like just watching it. Like, there's been runs where they're like way later on than everyone. I just watched the run because I'm like, it's just cool to see. Like, someone. And a lot of the time it's just them like, oh, this is my first time trying to do the skip, so let me just like. And then they spend like 20 minutes just trying to do one skip. Yeah. And it's like, it's cool that, and then they get it. It's like, it's so cool feeling. It's like,
it's awesome.
Man, they hit it for like the first time and they're super happy about it. It's like, it's like that kind of thing is like.
Putting it all together is awesome. Yeah. I personally wouldn't submit my very first run of putting everything together.
yeah.
That's just me.
I've definitely seen runs that do that. I'm like, okay. I mean, it's cool to see that you finally did it though. Yeah. They're like, it's my first finished run. It's like,
that's what
I'm so proud of you. You know, it's like so cool. But.
Yeah. Speedrunning's awesome. It contains multitudes. You don't have to be a world record runner. You can be doing whatever you like, basically. As long as you're nice to people and you're not a dickhead, you do whatever.
You can get into the. You can even get into it if you're just a shitposting 20.
Yeah,
20-year-old.
Like just being a shitposting Twitch chatter. Like there are people here who genuinely just like hang out in people's Twitch chats. Like
that's just like I just want to watch my favorite runner do a game.
Like one of my mates coming this weekend is literally just mates with a couple of like people and then became part of the big speedrunning group just because they're friends with people. Like it happens. Yeah, but the power of hello is very, very useful. You just DM me and be like, hey, you want to be a podcast?
I was like, I had the idea, I'm like, you know what would be good to get? The coordinator of the like event. I was like, I'll just like fucking message, I don't know. Yeah. I wasn't really expecting a response. I'm just I'll just fuck it. I'll try it.
I was on call and I got it and I was like, oh fuck, someone else can't do their run. Because that was like right after someone pulled out and they're like, oh, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't. That's the hardest.
They had a very legitimate reason to be clear. I was just God damn it, I just fixed one problem. Another one.
Sorry for the heart attack.
I was dreading it and I opened it. I was like, oh, that's nice. Okay.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay. It's an actual. Yeah. Nah, I always like message people. I never expect a response. I'm just like, well, I'm just gonna.
Yeah. Sometimes
they want to come on.
Ether is fun. Hey.
Yeah. It's like, well, like I messaged some people recently who I also want, and they haven't. They might get back to me. I don't know. I said it like a month ago. They just never had a response. So I'm like,
I mean, it is what it is. Like you never know what the answer's gonna be if you don't ask, right?
Yeah. That's most things. Like I was always scared, like getting opportunities. It's like. most of the time, from what I found, it's not just gonna get given to you.
Yeah,
Like
you have to
actively want to like get it. So like just messaging someone in the scene is like enough to be like the first step in the door, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, by the way, I'm just letting you know that I exist. I've got this thing. Do you want to, like, you know,
I have my job because I send a cold email. Like it just happens like that.
Yeah. It's like, I just wanted to, like, you just send it out and it's like, well, if they say no, then they say no. If they happy, it's like, cool. That's the first start, you know? But, yeah, anyway, I think we should wrap it up here. But
yeah, I've yapped enough.
Yeah. But thank you so much
for
coming on the podcast. It was it was great to have you, and I hope I'm gonna really enjoy the rest of the event and like watching the upcoming runs.
See how we go.
Yeah. By the way, just so you know, this was streamed on Twitch and YouTube. The runs.
TV/AusSpeedruns.
Yeah.
Check it out. Worst is working hard, keeping the VODs up to date.
Yeah. So yeah.
Happy days.
So come check them out. That's really cool. This is my first one coming up to Australia to watch.
I've been
watching them for a long time now, and I was always like, I can't go to those, and now I'm here. It's like kind of a crazy feeling where it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
There's people that exist.
People that you've seen only on the screen. Like,
yeah. I've seen like people like I met Layla and like, you know, Dan. It's like I've known Layla probably 5 years.
Yeah.
5+ years, and it was like so I'm like, this feels so weird.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, I mean, like, Saiyans was the first time I, like, actually got involved and said hello to people. And that was ASM 2016, I want to say.
Yeah.
Because he ran KH1. I literally was like, nice run. And that was all I said to him.
Yeah.
And now he's one of my best mates.
Yeah. It's just like, you're just here. And it's like...
I like hanging out in this chat all the time, like, you know, just watching.
Yeah. The amount of people because I don't really show my face on stream or on Discord or anything. So the amount of people I go up, I'm like, hi. They're like, oh my god, it's you. I'm like, yeah, hi. I am here. That's crazy.
That's me. Hello, what's up?
Yeah. They're like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah. It's here you go. They're like, oh my goodness, this is what you look like.
How good.
So, yeah.
Yeah. How good. All right. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. You
Take care.
Thanks for being on. Yeah. I'll see you guys next time.
No worries. Awesome.
So yeah, thank you for watching. That was Noops. Fucking amazing, awesome guy. So fun to hang out with him for like the week and just meet everyone and get involved in the scene a bit more. And yeah, it was just a great experience overall. So if you're interested, go look at AusSpeedruns and just, you know, support it, be part of the community. It's really cool. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.